Hey guys, this is Corey here with Concert Crap, and I'm here speaking with Mikey, guitarist from 9Electric. How you doing today, Mikey?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks once again for doing this. All right, so we're talking about your band 9Electric. Who exactly is 9Electric? Can you give a brief history about you, yourself, and the band? Please, go for it.
Yeah, brief history about me. I don't think I can do that. I'm so layered. The band started in 2011. It was a combination of kind of like two other bands. Well, not really. I mean, it was everybody. Two sides of the band were in different bands and didn't know each other. Like Micah, the drummer, and I were in a band called My Evolution, and our singer Ron Thunderwood, he was in Opiates for the Masses, and our bass player Casey was in a band called Dracula Logic.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing, the band that Micah and I were in broke up in 2010 or late 2009 or something like that, and I think Opiates for the Masses had hit the dust in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us separately were kind of decided to get new bands going, and the one thing that we had in common was an entertainment attorney, and his name is Eric German. He's still our attorney. And as Micah and I started looking for a singer for a new project, he suggested Ron, and we contacted Ron. It took a couple times. Ron was actually in Arizona. Didn't get back to us right away, and finally got back to us, and things kind of made sense, and started talking more. I actually went out to Arizona and I visited him because my family still was out there. I met with him for the first time. We talked and everything sounded like a really good idea. And soon enough he was here and we were off and running. We played our very first show in 2011 at the Roxy. Mm-hmm. And, brings us to now.
So essentially you guys are... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say putting out a first record on a major label.
And essentially you guys are just a super group, right?
No, not really. I mean, you could say that, but I mean, we didn't form. We didn't make a conscious effort to form to create a group like that. I mean, everybody had just been in a band like many other people, and those bands just happened to kind of like end around that time. And somebody else put the wheels in motion. Like I said, our attorney, but we did all the legwork and said, hey, let's start something completely new. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't based around the fact that this guy was in that band or this guy was in that band. It just happened to be that the attorney worked with everybody involved.
And how does it feel being a part of 9Electric right now?
It's great. I couldn't imagine anything else,
How do you fit in exactly with the rest of the band? What do you bring to the table that nobody else brings?
I'm part Latin. Nobody else brings that to the table, that's for sure.
All right, you mentioned your new album, The Damaged Ones. That's out July 15th. What can people expect from that album?
A lot of growth, a lot of different sounding stuff. Since we started in 2011, there was a lot of comparisons to your Static X and your Powermans and those kind of bands, and they weren't unjust comparisons. But I can tell you this: no disrespect to those bands; they're great bands, and we love them. And Wayne was a friend of ours. When he was living, he actually sang on a song on our first demo. But we were never trying to sound like those bands. But as you develop a sound and a vibe, you go through a process where it's your early sound, and maybe it's like the thing that everybody gravitates towards because you haven't quite gelled and developed fully as an act. And over time, those sounds and those kind of songs started weeding themselves out. Especially on this record, what people will hear on this record is much more mature, song-oriented, very electronic, but very big, large songs, and there's not a lot of that. There's almost none of that cadence of a Static X or a Power Man where it goes that kind of thing,
Yeah.
Ron is singing his ass off on all these songs, and these songs are all written to where you can pretty much play them on acoustic guitar, And that's what's going to be shocking to a lot of people because a lot of people chalk this up to just they'll make a first judgment. Like, actually, New God is probably one of the only songs that lends itself to that kind of that style, that 90s type style from Static and Power Man. And I see people going that sounds like Power Man 5000. I'm like, of course to us, it doesn't sound like that at all. But I can see to somebody who's just making a quick snap judgment, not digging that deep to go, oh, this sounds like, so-and-so. Because I think it makes people comfortable to say, when something new comes along, whether it's a movie or music or they meet a new person or a new person starts working at their job, they have to put it in some category in order to feel comfortable themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't bother with that shit. You know what I mean? We just let fly and do what's right for us. And, you know, if somebody wants to say something, we'll either prove them wrong or they'll move on.
Yeah,
or they'll love it.
I love your guys' sound. You guys have such a unique sound. How would you sum it up for people that don't know what you sound like? Like, sum it up just in a few short sentences.
I always say that it's electronic hard rock, and I go, like, what? And they usually want to hear a band. And I say, well, I go, like 9 Inch Nails, but not as dark and dreary. And when I say dark and dreary, and I don't mean that as an insult, but I'm like, most of 9 Inch Nails really, really classic stuff is when Trent was really in a dark place and he was, you know, on drugs, stuff like that. So the music is very dark. Ours is more uplifting and more empowering. Not that Trent's music was empowering. It's very empowering, but just in a more obvious way. And I say the songs are very hook oriented, and I'll even throw in like a little Linkin Park with the choruses. I'll throw in a little Bring Me to the Horizon with the choruses, and then I say, well, a very heavy, big rhythmic section of like, you know, a Rammstein or even AC/DC for that matter. And I said it's you know, it's hard rock with electronic undertones, and it's very catchy.
If you could pick a song or a few songs from your new album for somebody to listen to say like, this is 9Electric and this is who we are, like, what songs would you pick?
The song that I would pick first is a song called Little Things on the record. It's a song that I wrote. It's super melodic and catchy, and it's basically a breaking up, heartfelt love song, not from only my perspective, but for like anybody's perspective. The chorus is the little things that we did from the start, the little things that tear us apart, the little things. And then the last piece of the chorus goes, the little things that tear us. Wait, did I say tear us apart? I think I said it wrong. It's the little things we did from the start, little things we did from the heart, and it's the little things that tear us apart.
Just listen to the song.
Yeah. So I would give them that song first, and then I don't know what I would do next. Maybe a song called Beautiful. Lies. I really love Lies. It's a record though. You got to listen from start to finish. We didn't set out to make a record that only had a couple of cool songs and a bunch of filler. You know, it's a start to finish gem in my opinion. And of course, I would have people listen to the Damaged one. It's very hooky. And it explains our sound and how we've matured very well.
Yeah, definitely. Pick up that album, you guys. The Damaged one is out July 15th. You guys are from Los Angeles, is that correct?
Correct. I'm from Los Angeles. Ron, our singer, is actually from Arizona, and the other two, Casey, our bass player, and Micah, are actually from New York.
Oh, okay. So you guys are from all over the place.
Yeah, but they've all been living here for a number of years, but I'm the only one who's actually a native.
Oh, okay. Let's just assume you guys are from like being in Los Angeles. You guys like were born in Los Angeles. Do you think because the music industry is so big out in Los Angeles, out here where we're located, like, do you think that helps or weakens you as a band because there is so much music every day, every night, and just so much going on within music?
It helps. I can, like for me, it's like I've never lived anywhere else. I couldn't imagine if I like Wyoming or Nebraska or Tennessee or someplace and was hoping that somebody discovered me. You know what I mean? I would imagine that I've had plenty of bands go like, hey, like what do you think? Like, we've outgrown the city, and how do we get out of here? And what do you think we should do? And I'm like, well, I ask them, I go, well, can you fill a room here on your own, like a big size room? Fill it out? They're like, well, no. And I'm like, well, then you don't need to move. Like you haven't conquered your own city yet. I mean, unless you're just like done here and you think it's like a complete waste of time, and the band wants to uproot, go to LA, and then do it. But for me, it's super important because we were here right in the heart of everything, and we were able to create another scene along with our friends at Gemini Syndrome and the Butcher Babies and Otherwise and a number of other bands. We're all on the same label because we all were playing shows on the Strip together in 2010 and 11 and 12, and our label Another Century took notice to how it was basically hard rock and metal were blowing up again finally. After many years, because down here in the 90s, late 90s, there was a big blow up of like System of a Down and Slipknot, Head B and Cold Chamber and Static X and all those bands, and we were like the next wave that finally came along. So I feel insanely fortunate that I live here where you can create something like that.
It's like, where else would you be, right?
Yep. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I mean, I've been all over the United States, and there's nice places and there's pretty places and stuff like that. But this is where I want to live. Even with all the things that are are tough about it, like the traffic and there's definitely some shitheads out here, but there's a lot of amazing things too, and the weather's amazing, and
definitely. All right, let's talk about.
There's no humidity. That's the number one great thing.
All right, let's talk about shows playing live. You guys are going to be touring with the Gemini Syndrome and Stitched Apart. I actually spoke with Mixie earlier from Stitched Apart.
Oh, cool.
She was great. Why should people go and catch you guys on that tour?
Because we're awesome. They should see the whole tour. Every band is great, and like I said, we're all on the same label together, and we're all creating a brand new vibe of the hard rock scene. You got Gemini, who's got they have like Tool qualities and some Disturbed qualities, not disturbing qualities, Disturbed the band, Disturbed qualities to what they're doing, and then Stitched Apart has some in this moment vibe, and Mixie's a great female front person, and they've got like a pop element, and then you got us, got like the 9-inch Nails, and the Bring Me Eyes and Linkin Park heavy aspect of things, and it's a great package, and you're gonna want to see all the bands, because all the bands are breeding themselves to be headliners. I mean, Gemini's headlining this tour, but we're all working toward being your next great headline bands, and it's always dumb to miss opening acts that are really good. People have kind of conditioned themselves to think, opening band sucks. It's like, okay, well, every headliner was an opening act. So if you're going to be kind of dipshit who says that and just wait until somebody becomes popular and then you jump on the bandwagon, well, you're a fucking dipshit in my opinion, and I don't care if you're there or not.
Yeah, it's like, get into you now while you're still young and cool and nobody knows you, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
And, if there's a bunch of people standing in front and like you haven't heard about it, it's like, why are you out smoking a cigarette talking about whatever you did at work? You can do that tomorrow.
Exactly. All right. Is there a band you haven't toured with or played with that you would like to tour with in the future?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like the bigger ones that it's gonna take a minute to get to, like your Rammstein or Prodigy or whatever. I mean, like the Eagles, the Tropics of Rage, that new combination, and a bunch of others. I think bands that are on our scene are up and coming and building. Might take me a second to think about that. We've toured with a lot of really cool bands. We toured with Mushroom Head and and Like a Storm, and I don't know why I'm forgetting the other ones right now.
No worries.
The tour you just did was amazing. We were just on tour with Luke on the Coil.
Oh, really?
They are just a phenomenal band and phenomenal people, and it's by far the best tour we've ever been on.
Nice.
There was just no drama. It was good vibes all the time, and we learned a lot, and we cherished that opportunity to be out with them.
Yeah, man.
I just want to keep going forward like that. I want to keep being on great tours where everybody's working together. That's what's great about this tour coming up. Going back to that, it's like we're all friends, and we're all going to band together to bring a really, really great package together. And it won't be like this whole kind of like, the bands don't talk ever, or like the headline band kind of sits away and doesn't like converse or hang out with you and stuff like that. It's like, that's not very fun,
Yeah, you guys are definitely on your way there to headline a tour sometime in the future. Hopefully another great lineup. What else do you guys have lined up after this tour? Like, what do you have for the rest of 2016 for everybody?
There's a lot of discussion about, we need to get to Europe. The European branch of our label wants us out there, so that'll be something that they're working on in the fall. And then, this tour is very long. It's going to be 8 weeks, so we're going to be out till September 9th or 10th or something like that. And we'll come home. I have no idea how long we'll be home for. We'll be home. Because I know they'll be working on whatever's next. And then probably home, if we don't go right to Europe or something like that, we'll probably be home for a minute, and we'll be probably out in the fall. And, I know we're always being submitted for this or that, and, something's being worked on, so we'll hear about that when we hear about it. But, for now, the record comes out July 15th, and we've got this tour, and we want to bust ass, and we want to get people, knowing what 9Electric's all about, and, we're going to start working stuff to radio slowly, as the summer unfolds, so that's exciting. And we're actually shooting a video for the Damaged Ones before we leave next week, Thursday.
All right.
So there's a lot of stuff going on,
That sounded exhausting saying all that.
It it is. It's like today, you know, like I've just been doing stuff all day and then you try to do your own personal things and whatnot. It's like it's a juggling act, you know. But it's like it's got to be a priority, and in this day and age, it's different. Where you know, back in the day, I think bands used to just like record labels used to do everything, and bands used to reap the benefit and have a bunch of money to waste and play, and they kind of just fuck off all the time. And nowadays, it's like you got to do a lot of this work on your own, and the label helps. But it's just we live in a different time now, where it's like, you know, there was a minute when social media was really starting to get like blowing up and new, and you saw like celebrities weren't on it. They were just like, I'm not gonna be on it. It's important that they run their page because people can tell that it's not them. You know, it's like if some fucking admin is just posting stuff for you and it doesn't really make any sense or touch people, they kind of lose interest and they'll get into something else. So these days we gotta be active, and you know, we pride ourselves on interacting with fans. And I gotta tell you, it's very time consuming, and sometimes it can be trying because it's taking up a big part of your life, but it's necessary. And you know, it is fun. It is fun to connect, and it is fun to have your fan base feel like, hey, these guys are actually interested in our interest in them. So that's cool.
All right, man. Is there anything else you would like to say to your fans or anybody listening to the interview right now?
Anybody listening? Yeah. Hey, hot chicks, give me a call. No, yeah. You know what? I want to tell everybody to have an awesome day. Keep focused, and keep people who don't support you and don't actually have your back. Keep them out of your life. They don't do anything for you, and that doesn't go. That's more than just music. It's for your life. I get asked a lot, like, what can you tell other people in bands? Like, how can they make it? And I'm like, well, first and foremost, tell them to get people who don't have their back out of their life, because it drags them down. And if you have a great support system and people who believe in you, it makes something that's very hard a little less hard.
All right, man. You said that all perfectly. Thank you once again for doing this. Make sure you guys pick up 9Electric's new album. It's out July 15th. It's called The Damaged Ones. And make sure you guys visit concertcrap.com for more interviews, reviews, and so much more with your favorite artists like 9Electric. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video /audio. This has been Corey with Concert Crap, and we will see you guys next time.